Man, up close and personal. Excuse the bags under my eyes. I tend to come home late from work and I stay up another hour or two after that. I shower, watch NBA highlight videos. This is, excuse me. Okay. What's going on, good people? This your guy, King Fitch, back with another vlog, life video. They tend to stretch out 25 to 30-ish plus minutes, but they're real, they're authentic, they're me reaching out, not reaching out, but giving my perspective on things going on in the world, my life, of course. It is uploaded to my YouTube channel as well. Thanks be to God for another day of life. Thank you for waking me up this morning. It is December 15th. It's a little under 4 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time here in beautiful California. Those who know, I don't always post my city on social media and things like that unless you know me. I know you from this city or whatnot. It depends. But I'm very peculiar because you don't need everybody up in your business. I say what I say. I tweet what I tweet. I post what I post on my respective social media sites. I've learned how to change how I upload and post different things over the years because of my age, because of my experiences, leaving New York, coming to California. But this video is going to be at least 32 minutes long in honor of me turning 32 on December 11th, 2022, 4 days ago. Thank you for those who have wished me happy birthday, my family and friends on Facebook and other sites. I appreciate you so much. May God be with you. God bless. Yes, sir. I just want to talk about where I am in life, as always, but also just to give some motivation as well in the mix, everything together within the 32 minutes. I'm already 2 minutes and 18 seconds and counting in. But thank you, God, for another day of life. It is a beautiful day in California. I am now 32 years old. Those lived experiences that I've had growing up when I was younger, they will always be with me. They will always be with me until the day that I die. Whether it's the moments my mother and my sister reached out to me again. It's been a while. She's 19 now. Tried to call her. She's having a little issues with her phone. Hopefully she reaches back within a few days or whatnot. You know, on our own time. We text. It's been about 3 years since I last reunited with her. Then I lost her prior to that as well, because when I moved from Brooklyn in 2013, that November, I wasn't really in touch with my sisters even when we were all still in New York. But I feel like they left to Florida probably a year or so prior to that. So this foster care stuff is not for everybody. It's not for really anybody. I was only in foster care about 4.5 years, but it's the fact that I was still in there. It was a tough experience. First year, so I lived in Brooklyn, 2007 to 08. I was 16 years old at the time. In 2007, I made my way to my aunt. She's not my biological aunt, but she's so close to my mother and I at the time. They kind of had a falling out. They're no longer friends. She's happily married, living where she lives now with her husband, who also was an old elementary school teacher of mine. He gave me one of my first pets ever in 1996. It was a red ear slider, the little turtles with the little red patch across their face. That's their ear. So that's the name of the breed. I had Iggy. I named him Iggy. My mother and I named him. We had him for a legit 10 years. He got infected in the shell. And we gave the turtle to the Staten Island Zoo. We used to live in Staten Island. I lived all over New York City and did all 5 boroughs. I lived in all 5 boroughs to some capacity throughout my 22 years of life. Born in 1990 and I left in 2013. Throughout that span, I lived in New York City over 2 decades. And I'm talking to you about some of those experiences. Everything ties in. So I might go all over the place. Just get what you can get positively from this video. That's all I ask, because that's just who I am. I like to go. My mind is just so vast with all types of knowledge and thoughts that I tend to go to different topics within the same speech or video. But the point is, all these experiences. Well, foster care was not an easy experience. So I ended up with my aunt Stephanie for about 3.5 years. My sisters and I were reunited because we weren't in the same foster home when we got separated at the Children's Center in Manhattan over there by 20th Street. It's over in Manhattan where the M15 bus runs on First Avenue. There's a ACS, which is the Administration of Children's Services Center. It's a nice center facility where they keep children who are taken away from their parents after their parents don't do what they're supposed to, and they end up discharged into a foster home or a group home even. And I am very fortunate I did not end up in a group home, because when it comes to group homes, it's like a mini prison system for those youth who are no longer with their parents, biological or whatever the case may be, and then they eventually get adopted or they don't. They end up like me, and they don't necessarily have to be adopted. They just have to get their feet through the door, get a job, work, go to school, some type of money or form of income wherever they live. This applies to every state in the U.S. Every state has their own different laws and whatever, different organizations. But of course, I'm talking respectively about myself in the foster care system in New York City. So for me, I aged out of foster care at the age of 20. I turned 21 that December of 2011. And it was November. I started preparing to move from the projects, the apartments that I live with my aunt and my two sisters. So I separated from them. But after that, I didn't really see them as much anymore, probably not much at all by 2012. So I haven't seen my sisters in person in over 12, 13 years. I've only spoken to them just 3 years ago when I graduated from college, because I found them on social media. So I just reunited after another 3 years with my second oldest sister, who's 19 years old now. She turns 20 next month. I got a 41-year-old sister. She don't fuck with us no more. That's life. You know, I love her. I hope she eventually sees this. Hope I can find her on social media, because I thought I had her, and I thought I had her Facebook account. This family stuff is no joke. I have such a big family now. I have extended family, I have biological family, I have people who you don't have to be my blood to call you my blood. Kinfolk ain't skinfolk. Or you know the saying, those who know. You don't have to be blood to be family with somebody. But there's people like, they practically my family. And then there's friends, they practically my family. That's why I write these Christmas cards, and I go above and beyond just to check in on people, even if they never check in with me on their end back. It's fine. This is just who I am as a human being. Despite the flaws of how my mother raised us, she kept me in church. She kept me in organization. She tried to be a good mother, but she had her own demons. She had her own issues and things that really messed her up when she was 16 years old. She's almost 60 next year. God's will. I text my mom all the time now. There was a time I didn't speak to my mom for 6.5 years on everything, on God. And I hated my mother at one point. You know, and there was times I didn't speak to my dad for 2-3 weeks. And he's 71 and he's dying. He's sick. He's been sick since 2016. I'm giving you the real. I'm telling you from what's coming from my mind and my heart about my own life. But not for you to have sympathy for me, but for you to understand that life is so precious. You have to be really close to those close to you on everything. Because we so busy trying to excel our own lives, and that's fine to a degree, but don't forget those who was there for you in the beginning on your way to the top. And not only that, just check in with people. That's it. Even a text. People don't even text. You text somebody, they don't text you back for 3 weeks. I got a friend. He's almost 60 years old too. It's one of my dad's and a friend of mine, one of our greatest friends we know for 25 years. But he's so busy with his own stuff. My dad needs his help sometimes, but that's not necessarily the point. My dad just wants to make sure he's okay, because my dad is like a father to him, because he never had a father. And he's like my brother, even though he's like 22 years older than me. I'm 32 now. He's like 54. My guy Victor, he's from uptown, Washington Heights. You know what I'm saying? He worked with my dad for almost 20 years until, he left. My dad let him go, and he ended up doing his own thing. He got his nephew, and he works, and my dad did a letter rec, all this other stuff. My dad put people on, and he got put on. And he was at this college, this Jewish college up in New York, for 34 years. It's Yeshiva University. My dad's one of the only black people who's been there for decades. Beloved. but he got done dirty by one of the guys there. So I tweet them all the time, letting them know, yeah, this was my father. I'm his son. They're not gonna reply back to me. I have 550,000 tweets. I've been on Twitter 14 years almost. What do they care about a black guy tweeting to them, right? That's not the point. I'm trying to let them know y'all messed up. With my pops a couple years ago, when he retired 2020, that's when his vision started going bad. That's when the pandemic happened. That's when he was moving around, leaving the Bronx because of the situation with my stepmom. And that's a whole separate beast I'm talking about. I'm just giving y'all stuff that's going on in my life that I kind of am a part of and not. But my father and I, we talk all the time. We text, at least, yeah, I got my piece. Hold on. We talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my sister texts me back. I'll call her back right after this video. Oh, she's on the phone with my mother. How nice. She'll see this video, be like, oh, Dad. No, but that's good. I'm glad they're. No, that's good because my sister actually got to me. No, my mother gave me my sister's number, so I'm glad that they're starting to rebuild their relationship together. I even told my sister 3 years ago, you can't have um ill will towards our mother for all the bad things that she's done to us and to herself. It's not necessarily physical. I've had fights with my mother. I ain't hit upside head, but I had to push her a few times. I'm keeping it 100 with you. This is real life, and not everybody's parents or family's perfect. I've had a stepfather who tried to fight me more than once, and he ended up getting his ass beat by people in the neighborhood because they was tired of his shit. I was gonna hurt him, but I always had very good restraint towards people. I still do. Even at Walmart, you got some of these customers. I want to punch them in their face so bad. I had a customer just 3 days ago. He pissed me off because he was just being extra needy. And I'm one of the nicest, good-hearted human beings you'll ever meet in your life. I promise you. But I'm an excellent worker when it comes to this retail, this Walmart BS. But I'm an excellent worker at every job I've ever worked at because I understand the end goal is to either excel in the company, work my way up financially, take somebody else's position. God forgive me for saying it like that. But also to still be grounded enough to where I can make a difference for those around me, those I serve, the population that I help. Because I work with kids, I work with teenagers, I work with younger people who are about 10, 15 years younger than me with my PAL job. But then I'm also working at Walmart, and I work with the public community in my city, my neighboring city where I live right now in California. And I actually worked in that city before at the other Walmart before they moved to the new Supercenter just a year ago. But I quit the other store a year and a half ago. Now I'm back. I just finished my 9th week. I finished 9 full weeks of work outside of my birthday vacation. That just past Sunday, I was off from work for 4 days, but I work Saturdays at the PAL in my current city as well. So I have 2 jobs. I'm no longer in school, even though I have an associate's degree and multiple certificates that I got in 2019, 2020, and in 2021, I kind of finished one more class in order to transfer to the California State University, Stanislaus, which is out here in Northern California, but it never happened. I paid the $200 admissions fee, and they said I needed another class, and that's why I took that additional class in 2021 last year. So I was just fed up with the whole thing. I never pursued the bachelor's route as a transfer anymore, so I've currently just been working on and off the last year, but I worked several jobs over the years since I've been out here. The first few years I didn't work or go to school at all. But then my wife and I, we both went back to school. We both graduated in 2019. She just didn't do her commencement, and that was fine. That was her personal decision to not go to the ceremony, but she still got her degree in criminal justice, administration of justice. And I got mine in human services because I've always been around those type of facilities as a foster care youth, as a person who's been in shelters with my mother and younger sister she just texted me back in the middle of the call a few minutes ago. And also, just bad situations. My mom being around the wrong people, me kind of being around the wrong people. I never went far, never robbed anybody. I used to steal from the supermarket to help my baby sister, steal formula magazines. I'm keeping it $1.50 with you, but I've never gone too far. I've never been arrested. I got 1 ticket from the MTA. It's not the fact that I'm this goody two shoe, if that's even the right word, but it's more just me trying to do right by myself as a black man. As I got older, I understood how harder it was for me than other people who are not my skin complexion to survive, to make it in this world, let alone this state, let alone this country, let alone the world. It revolves back to itself in like a circle, right? As a black man who is now 32 years old, married with a big interracial stepfamily, it is very important for me to teach the value to love everybody, no matter what their race, gender, or creed is. There's people I don't like because of how they treat other people, right? There's people I don't like because of how they treat me or how they come off at me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm showing you respect, I'm being genuine to you, why would you come at me in a way that's disrespectful, the complete opposite and negative, on the go, on the immediate fly when I meet you? Never met you a day in my life before. That's what I don't like about people, the fakeness, the fact that they feel that it's okay to just attack somebody because you're mad about something else that has nothing to do with that person that you're attacking. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a haircut tomorrow too, finally. No, but on some serious stuff, it's like people are so strange nowadays. My dad's very religious. I used to categorize myself as a Christian. I no longer do because of the false ideologies of the church, because of how churches are. I'm fed up with that whole system, but I still believe in God. I'm not Catholic. I'm not Christian. I'm not Presbyterian. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm a believer of Christ. You know, I don't wear tattoos, and it's fine if you do. My dad may not think so. He has his own views. I have mine. I'm much more versatile in my viewpoints in regards to things such as tattoos and drinking. But then I understand, because of my mom's history of alcoholism and drugs, how important it is to still be responsible when you do those things as well, because I had to suffer because of the situations and the decisions that my mother made when I wasn't old enough to take care of myself yet. When my two youngest sisters weren't old enough to take care of themselves. Oldest, I was going to say my third, my primary sister was born in 1981. She just turned 41. She's Honduran, black, Native American, mixed with so many beautiful different races and ethnicities, so much culture, so much history, right? My sister Clarissa, I wish her well. She looks just like me, just light skinned and she's a little bit shorter than me. When I reunited with her in 2009, it's like staring at my twin, with lipstick. It's creepy, but we look alike. We all have the same mother, but all four of us have different fathers. I am still in touch with my father. I'm not too fond of my sister's fathers, the three of them. I hope they figure out a balance. Then I have another sister who's separated from another sister, and then those sisters are separated from me, and then all three of us are separated from the oldest sister who's 41, and I'm 9 years younger than her, and then I got a 19 and a 17-year-old sister, and I'm just not reunited with the 19-year-old sister. Then I got a 17-year-old sister. I gotta try to get in touch with her, but I don't like her adoptive parent because we had beef 3 years ago on Facebook. So life is crazy, dog. I don't back down from nobody. I've been in my battles over the years. I promise you, I'm him. Everything I've done in life was to better myself and others. I've been in some of the worst situations and I've triumphed. I've came up on top of those situations, whether it was the homelessness, whether it was dealing with my mom's situation. I ended up moving to California, but I was already talking to my now wife. I've been with my wife 11 years. We talked on Twitter in 2011. At that time, I just got my place. I was working on leaving New York to California. It's just because of the situations of my mother, I had to leave a year sooner than I wanted to. I was already on my way out of New York. It was just a matter of the planning. The process itself happened too quickly. I was done. Mentally, I was checked out anyway. I wasn't going to school at that time, but I didn't finish getting my associates back then when I came out of high school in '09. I went right to college that September. Then I stayed in community college for 3.5 years, 4 years nearly, until 2013. I left New York. I didn't finish. I was a few credits away. I took a job that ended up hiring me and paying me as an internship at YMCA in Harlem back in 2012-13. She appreciated my work with the junior Knicks and the scorekeeper. I ended up working with the kids for like 3-4 months. I quit. I told the lady I couldn't do it no more because I couldn't deal with the 6 and 7-year-old kids, like 35 kids, and by myself getting through the hallways and stuff. I just wasn't trained as well. So I was doing that. I was going to LaGuardia at the community college. I was working at White Castle for 2.5 years before they closed that location down near Times Square. I was still doing my mom at home and my stupid fucking stepfather she married, some young guy at the time, and she said she hasn't seen him in years. So life is just crazy. I'm giving you the real. Ain't nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come to my door with some nonsense, I'm knocking. You ain't coming here with none of that. But that's not even the point I'm trying to make. The point is, I say what I say because I have so much to give to the world. It's not just the fact that I'm talking about these bad situations that I lived. It's about where I am now from those bad situations that I lived. You know what I'm saying? That's the real when it comes down to all this life stuff. You have to understand life is not easy. Every day is a blessing when you wake up in this world. That's why every day on Twitter or myself, I say thanks be to God for another day I'm waking up. The rare times I take my wedding ring off is only at night. I kiss my ring, put it back in a little wooden thing that we have, my wife and I. And then when I wake up this morning, I kiss it, and then I go like this. I give thanks to waking up, and I give thanks to being married to a beautiful woman who cares about me. And then I care about her as well, right back. This is one of my deepest videos I've probably made in years. I've done maybe 10 or 15 of these 10 to 35-minute videos over the last 2 or 3 years. But the point is, every year you're going to get something different. And also for me to reminisce, because when it comes to life, you have to understand that there's good and bad in life. You have to find the good in every little thing in order to excel and eliminate the negative energy from the bad in order to progress with the good. Because that's why positive vibes is so important. People tweet it, people talk about it on social media or life. Positive vibes is so important because we will always have something that bothers us. There will always be something that's negative in the world. And you have to find a common ground in order to excel at whatever you personally, I'm talking to you who's watching this video, and that applies to me as well, whatever you're doing in your life, because it's so important that we understand that there will be flaws in how we live our life, but there will always be somebody that's going to hate on you. There's always going to be somebody that's going to critique you as if they're living the life that you're living, but you can't compare yourself to them as if you're living the life that they are living as well, because everybody is a different human being. Every person has different lived experience. You can have a twin brother, twin sister, quintuplets, whatever, and each of those individual siblings will have different paths as they age, as they leave their parents' home or whatever their situation may be to progress in life until their deaths. We are all slowly dying every single day because the cells in our body replace. But as we get older, the process of how our body functions is slower, so it's much more work that has to be done. That's why the different things we eat, the different habits mentally, physically, the exercises that we may or may not do is so important as we continue to age. I need to personally get a new pair of glasses. I need to get a haircut. I'll get it tomorrow, no problem. I work at Walmart. It's like, I wear a hat, I wear a mask, I wear a face mask because people are nasty. COVID cases are still on the rise. You do you, but I'm going to continue to do me. That's it. I may not be wearing my mask now outside my backyard, but I still wear my mask. Believe that. Every single day I go out. It is what it is. But if you come up to me talking about, oh, you shouldn't wear a mask, fuck off. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself, motherfucker. Don't worry about me. That's it. Do you, I'ma do me. Straight like that. But I don't want to hear none of that bullshit, bro. You do you, I'ma do me. That's it. Period. On everything I love. Fuck out of my face. Yeah, I'm a curse. I'll just put this not for kids audience, but Lord forgive me for those young people watching. I'm sorry, cursing is not good. Learn other vernacular, but sometimes you let a little bit of words out. But be humble. That's not all that you should do. Cursing is not good, kids. Just saying. But in all seriousness, my point is this: you have to understand where you are in life now in order to progress in the future. It's good to look back, but don't look back so much that it drains your heart, it drains your spirit, it drains your energy. You have to understand that when it comes to this life stuff, nobody has a book for it. We write books once we get older, about those lived experiences in the past to the current present, wherever we are in that day. That's all it is. But when it comes to life, man, life is beautiful. It could be cruel as well, but you have to be versatile. I definitely could say I'm one of the most versatile human beings on the planet. Everything I've gone through, I've always found a loophole to find the good in the bad, and it helped me succeed and just move forward. My mom used to stress me out so much. She stayed with me for almost 2 full years in my place. She used to bust through the doors. We had the cops at our apartment. so many times. NYPD precinct down the block, just constant her screaming, slamming the doors. And after so many years leaving her behind, I left her behind in my apartment as I moved to California so she would not be on the streets. You have to understand how hard that was for me. Not necessarily because I left my mother, it had to be done, but because I knew whatever would happen, but I did not want to see her on the streets. I took her in when I got my place from foster care because of the shit that she did to cause me to be in foster care. Who does that? People don't do shit like that unless you have a good heart. That's the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is this is a well-spirited video because I'm 32 now. I'm not 28 when I did the other video 4 years ago. Those 4 years that passed, we've had a pandemic the last 2 years. I got married last year. I graduated from college after 7.5 years of going to community college. I fucking got my degree. I kept at it. I took a break and went right back because God told me. I told myself that I needed that, and I did it. My wife did it. She got hers. You know what I'm saying? This is different, dude. Life is tough, but you have to always find a way to succeed. You have to always find a way to succeed. That's the point I'm trying to make. Please, I beg you, whoever watches this video, watch this shit fully because I'm really giving you gems. I'm telling you everything I've gone through. Not everything. I've gone through so much shit. 32-minute video wouldn't even do it justice. But the point that I'm making in this spirited, I'm getting really intense now. I'm so sorry. let me lighten down a little bit. But I am such a good human being to others. I don't ask for much back. You give me a card, you buy something for me, I will shake your hand, give you a hug. You know, it depends on who you are, my relationship with you, my bond with you, how important it is to really, you know what I'm saying, like see the goodness in other people's hearts, because there's people out there, you have to really be able to discern the kind of, oh, hold on, this car going by. I'll make sure you can hear me as I talk. Young people, they're mopeds, four-wheelers, and motorcycles, California vibes. It's all good. But I'm a New Yorker, so I'm used to the loud noises. Sometimes they catch me off guard, but if I'm just waking up. You have to understand that there's people who don't want to see you win. Oh, excuse me. I have two peanut butter jelly sandwiches earlier. That's hitting. It's hours later. You have to understand that not everybody wants to see you win in this world, and that's fine. You have to be able to discern, to separate the two, the good people in your life and the bad people that you may not even know yet. But there will always be the devil. The devil. The devil. Damn, accent strong. The devil will always bring bad people in your life to mess up the path of you going to greatness. Sorry, I don't know if I worded that correctly. My point is you have to find the balance between the good and bad people in your life. And this could go for the very same people who's related to you by blood. It could go for the very same friends you thought you were cool with in school. Times change, people change. I've tried to stay the same, at least enough in terms of my heart, being a good person. I've always looked out for people since I was a little boy. I turned 33 next year. I just turned 32 4 days ago. I'm in my fourth decade of life, even though I'm 3 decades plus 2 years in. It's deep, but when you look, I was born in 1990. I was 10 years old at the end of 2000. I was 21 years old at the end of 2011, and now I'm 32. It's 4 legitimate decades that I live, but that's some deep stuff. I ain't gonna go into details. I got just 3 minutes. I'm 29 minutes in, so let me wrap this up in the next 2 minutes plus. Get to 32 plus, and I'll close the video. But I pretty much said everything I had to say in terms of positivity, just my life. I'm in a great place. I'm working at Walmart again. I have a better outlook. I still talk my shit. I'm still better than everybody, except my wife. She's wonderful. Love my Lois. She works so hard, man. She's a front-end team lead. I work at Food and Consumables. I do a lot of go-backs, a lot of items that customers leave at the self-checkout. They try to steal, get caught by AP, all that BS. When you steal, it kind of does affect my money, so can y'all please stop stealing? Sincerely, a Walmart associate. Like, could y'all fuck off and actually buy your shit? Please? As someone who used to steal, can you please? not do it. I mean, I had to survive, but at least try not to. I mean, the whole articles and stuff about Walmart stores closing, I don't know how true it is, but my store is a super center. It doesn't make things easier when y'all leave food out because I have to claim them in this the device because you are affecting my money to some degree because the raises we get are not that great. I'm gonna keep it 100 and funky with you. So stop stealing. It's not cool. It's not nice. That's all I would say. But I'm in a good place. I've made about. Is that Thor? Wonder if my dog's out. I'm in the backyard. Oh, I think they're up. Dog got to go to the bathroom. He goes outside. That's good. But it's important, y'all. Just, damn. Excuse me. It's important that you understand that life is not easy, but you got to keep pushing through. Take it from me. Just look at this video and see that I'm not working at some Fortune 500 company. I have my associate's degree. I'm fine with that for now. I'll figure things out in the next few years. We'll go with the flow, right? It's my life. I know what I got to do. There's still things I have to do in my life before I die. I get that. My wife, she pushes me, but not like that. She pushes me to succeed, but she also uplifts me when I'm down. You need to find you good women, good people, just in general. I will always uplift you, be positive. I talk my shit, I say negative things, but I understand how I say it is important because of all the experiences that I have been through and lived. I love y'all all so very much because at the end of the day, you're supposed to love thy neighbor and also honor your parents, or your days on this earth will be short, even if they've done wrong unto you. You can ignore them, no longer talk to them, but don't trash them. This is the people that help give birth to you. I mean, even if they're the worst human beings in the world, they've done some of the most horrific things to you. You have to understand that life is so short, and that once they're gone, you're going to be looking back and saying, damn, I should have said something different than what I said to them. I should have at least tried to reach out. Or even if you never reach out, at least watch how you say things, because the very people you love could be dead the next day. I've lost so many family and friends over the last 20 years, let alone most of my life. I've lost good people that I grew up with. I've lost good family members, my own blood and non-blood that I grew up with. They knew me, I knew them. They knew my siblings, they knew people I knew through connections, through family. We were all related, we weren't related. Whatever the case may be, you have to understand that life is so precious. Live each life to the fullest, but still be responsible. Don't just drink like crazy to drown away your sorrows. Don't just smoke your life away. Find a balance in everything that you do. You can smoke, you can drink, you can have a good time, but just do it in moderation. Do it to where it doesn't affect the very important things you need to succeed in life. Because I never smoked a day in my life. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. I might one day smoke. I might one day eat some edibles, but it's not my focus right now. I don't really care. Drinking, I rarely drink. I don't even think I drank on my birthday this year. I drank last year at Red Robin. My wife took me out for my 31st birthday in 2011, December 11, 2021. But we met in 2011. We started talking. We've been together 11 years, my wife and I. We just got married last year. That was our choice. But, man, I really do appreciate those who watch my videos, who've been watching my videos the last few years, the last few months, the last few days. I have 23,473. It goes up, it goes down. Subscribers, 4K. I appreciate those who stick with me the long way. Watch the video if you want to. Please just give it a like, let it run a little bit. Try to pick at the video, see if there's anything that helps you get through your own life. It's just me sharing my life. I'm in a great place right now. I'm so happy. You don't understand. Like, it's the happiest I've been in years being with my wife, Lois. We've been together. We lived together 9 years, but we've been together 11, and we've been married over a full year now. So, I love this woman. I'm sticking with her till the wheels fall off. I promise you that. I'm a very good person. I try to do good by others. I have my outbursts and moments. It's just showing sheer emotion. This video is 34 minutes, but oh well, right? I always post 41-minute 2K videos. This can't hurt a little, right? I watch them. I watch my own videos just to reflect as well once they're uploaded and completed. But I'll wrap it up right here. I'm gonna do a little basketball video right now. I'm gonna do 30 shots in honor of Steph Curry. He's out for 2 weeks. Even though I have a Warriors hoodie on, my wife's a Warriors fan. I'm Lakers and Knicks, but I gotta show love to Curry. He's one of the greatest to ever play this game in his 13th, 14th season now. I think it's his 13th, 2009 draft. I was in high school back in 09. So, I started Twitter in 09, I started Facebook in 08. I had MySpace in 07. Those were my high school years, 05 to 09, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So, all those experiences were pretty dope. But you guys be blessed, man, and understand that there's people out there that love you. God loves you. For those who don't believe in God, you do your own research. You just know that you are loved by somebody or something in the world. It may not be somebody close to you, but somebody's always watching you. Believe that. I know the government's watching me as I make this video right now. Hello, government. Let's keep it 100. But the whole point is, God bless you. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for watching this over now 36-minute video. I'm Daniel Fitch. Harlem 19 is the old nickname. That's it. I used to rhyme for fun, even though it never hit. I'm off this clip. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe in your very own way. Oh, no, let me stop. I'm getting on my old 18-year-old flow. Nah, but seriously, you are loved. You are appreciated. Continue to just grind. Do what you got to do. Life is too short to be worried about nonsense. Positive vibes only. Harlem 19, King Fitch off this. Have a blessed day. 100.